Hi guys, this video will discuss about the impact of COVID-19 on tourism industry in Malaysia. This is the flowchart about type of diagram that represent a workflow or process. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Muhammad IZZUDIN bin AGIMAN alias AZMAN. My metric number is 1172091. Today I will talk about the impact of COVID-19 to the tourism industry in terms of employment. There are several types of tourism jobs, such as jobs accommodation for visitor, job related to food and beverage serving activity, passenger transport, transport equipment rental, travel agency. There are three types of tourism worker that has been impacted with the COVID-19. That is migrant worker, local worker, tourism organization. Migrant worker. The impact of COVID-19 have made many migrant workers in the tourism sector lose their job and they have fled to home provinces or countries to wait out periods of lockdown ended. They also face with the stress of unemployment and income insecurity. The number of migrant worker requirement has decreased in January until March 2020. Next, local worker. There are many of local worker has lost or fired from work due to the problem of economy on the organization. Many of them take the initiative to turn to other source of income such as e-hailing and online business, even though it is still not enough to cover their daily needs. They also face with the stress of unemployment and income insecurity. Statistics shows an increase in unemployment among locals in Malaysia by April 2020. The last one is tourism organization. Many of tourism organization or agency have closed due to the problem of their economy. They did not have any income source to support their organization because of the absence of the tourists. Some of the organization on tourism sector has taken the initiative to fire or decrease their work. That is from me. Thank you very much.
Let's move to the effect of pandemic on tourism industry. The economic stimulus package. The Malaysian government released a 4.8 billion US stimulus package to solve the effects of the COVID-19 outbreak. About 453 million US will be expended on tourism, the one of the biggest hit caused by the pandemic. First, the restructure and reforming laws. Through rescheduling or reforming laws and accounting interest, the government has obligated financial institutions to provide borrowers financial relief. The consequence would be a 100% debt exemption from all rearrangements of transactions. Secondly, the government have SME cash balance. The Bank Negara of Malaysia (BNM) will offer credit worth 2 billion ringgit to small and medium-sized enterprises. This small or medium-sized company shall be liable for up to 1 million ringgit for 5 years with a 6-month suspension of payments. The bank will given about 80% of loan guarantees by the government. The government established a policy of 200 million ringgit and 500 million ringgit for SMEs in the tourism industry. Thirdly, the tax waiver and extension. The 6-month monthly tax bill will be delayed start from 1st April 2020 to all travel agents, hotels, airlines and tourist businesses. Next, the travel discount. A total of 130 million US has been allocated by the government as travel discount. The government offered the Malaysian Tourism Office to the amount of 100 ringgit per person start from March 2020 to boost activities in tourism development. Besides, the domestic visitors are also entitled to tax relief. The special 1,000 ringgit measure income tax for domestic travel expenses start from 1st March 2020 up to 31st August 2020. In addition, this package also provides extra funding for educational schemes. The government government is offering 100 million ringgit measure to help COVID-19 businesses upgrade their employee skills. This also covers sectors such as retail, hotels and tourism.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Khairul Badrie bin Latiff. My metric number 1172090. The impacts of COVID-19 on tourist industry in Malaysia on small business. First, the emergence of COVID-19 in Malaysia has become an unexpected business risk for many entrepreneurs in our country. The Movement Control Order (MCO) period was followed by the Conditional Movement Control Order (CMCO) to curb the spread of the pandemic, resulting in the temporary cessation of several business sectors. Entrepreneurs hope that business can be maintained even if business operations are disrupted. Second, business will not be able to last more than 2 months. According to the online daily news website Malay Chamber of Commerce Malaysia (DPMM), estimated that more than 53% or above 450,000 of the total 960,000 Malay entrepreneurs registered with SME Corporation affected by the COVID-19 and will not be able to survive more than 2 months without government assistance. Third, tourist area business. As the tourist industry ecosystem was halted due to the COVID-19 pandemic, these small businesses were also affected by their business income. In addition, many businesses had to close due to the lack of income they could afford to cover their business, as well as lay off workers because they could not afford to pay employers. Due to the impact, the Malaysia government has taken several initiatives to help alleviate the entrepreneur affected by this COVID-19, such as extended pupil conscious economic stimulus package. That's all from me. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name Muhammad Amin bin Abdull SABRI. My metric number 1172092. Today I would like to present about impact of COVID-19 on the tourism industry in the aviation or airline sector. Impact to airline industry. As we know, one of the industries in the tourism sector that was severely affected by COVID-19 is the airline industry. So, airline company had to bear big loss. This happened when international flight ban are imposed, with each country starting to close the border entrance to almost all countries in the world, including Malaysia. As a result, visitors or tourists begin to cancel their scheduled trip as part of the response to eradicate this epidemic. According to Malaysia Transport Minister Datuk Seri Wee Ka Siong, Malaysia airline industry is projected to lose 13 billion ringgit this year as air travel continues to face travel restriction. This includes 10.9 billion ringgit lost from Malaysia-based airlines such as Malaysia Airlines, Air Asia and Malindo Airways, and another 2.1 billion ringgit from airport operator including Malaysia Airport Holding and Senang Airport Terminal Service. He also highlighted that cancelled flight from the 3 local carriers affected 4.316 million passengers, while another 5.211 million passengers postponed their flight. Apart from that, around 628,000 passengers were also given a refund worth 399 million ringgit. The worst crisis on airline industry when the Chinese government rejected the entry of foreigners. Foreigners are not currently allowed to enter the country. The drastic loss of both revenue and profit for major airlines in Malaysia, resulting in a high risk of bankruptcy. The effect on airline workers in East Malaysia Airlines has scaled down its operation. Among them is we introduce salary cut and offer unpaid leave to over 13,000 of its employees. Air Asia suffered a record-breaking net loss of 992.89 million ringgit in the second quarter that ended June 30 as compared to a net profit of 17.34 million ringgit in the same quarter last year. And because of that, the companies had also confirmed the retrenchment of 10% of their 24,000 employees. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I will continue the impact of COVID-19 on tourism industry in Malaysia. My name is Muhammad AMIRUDDIN bin YAAKUB and my metric number is 1172093. The impact of hospitality. The hospitality and tourism industry is often classified as a group of products under a unique service category where it offers both product tangible and intangible. It is because every product and service needed by its customer can be met with the latest innovations. In the competition to attract customers, various product and service has been offered by hotel owners, including cheap accommodations, package offers, free food service, discount voucher, and so on. Furthermore, the hospitality industry in Malaysia is seen to have a great potential to grow faster in the future, and this industry also have the potential to be one of the medium to promote Malaysia as a world-renowned tourism option through the best food and service provided at the best price. And in this first applicable situation, Malaysia has made a proactive decision to implement the movement control order starting on 18 March 2020 and followed by several of the cases that are still in force to this day. In 2020, the ministry estimates this sector suffered a loss of RM 45 billion and above as a result transformation of this COVID-19 epidemic. It is because domestic or foreign tourists has been banned from traveling or leaving the house as easily as possible without the necessary arrangement during the MCO. Despite that, if this effect on the hospitality is examined in more depth, there are various negative relationships that can be identified, including the sudden cancellation of booking and case of maximum dismissal of hotel employees. This is because every hospitality industry has to minimize and as much as possible operating costs depending on the current situation. According to the Chief Executive Officer of the Malaysia Hotel Association, Mah Yap Linson, the hospitality industry received a sudden cancellation of room booking in the first stage and has so far reached a figure of more than 193,000 rooms with a loss value of more than 75 million. According to him, this figure will most likely continue to increase if the COVID-19 pandemic persists because based on the initial movement control period of 40 days ago, almost all hotels could not be fully operational and the hotel industry revenue loss is estimated at more than 500 million in a short period of time. At the same time, he also said that the main objective of hotel operators is to continue operation in the face of the lowest losses with the best wage and the salary costs. According to March sources, as of March 20, a total of 2,041 hotel sector employees nationwide has been laid off, with the estimated loss of revenue of the hotel industry following the movement control order amounted to 560,720,981 Malaysia. In addition, the hotel industry in Kuala Lumpur was most affected with losses worth 24 million, followed by Sabah 11 million and Selangor 9 million, because this place is the most strategic, modern and beautiful scenery in the world for tourism journey. Moreover, the President of the Malaysia Trades Union Congress (MTUC) named of Datuk Abdul Halim Mansur added that hotel workers were among the most affected as some of them had to have their salary cut, forced to take unpaid leave for long period, forced to use annual leave, and what is worse that is they continue to be fired reluctantly. From March 18 to May 27, MTUC itself, through the MTUC COVID-19 help desk, received a total of 678 complaints from the hotel sector, namely salary cuts, 383 cases dismissal, 186 process unpaid leave, 37 process year leave, 54, and the orders of the MCO of 17 cases. Therefore, this has caused more than 13,000 people in the hospitality industry across the country to lose their job. More than 10,000 to be cut without pay and more than 6 workers to have their salaries cut due to beverage industry business. Last but not least, for travel agencies, with the spread of COVID-19, the demand for tourism service, especially for outside or to foreign destination, is very low. This means that travel agencies need to change their target to domestic tourism. Offering more affordable package for domestic tourism should be given priority through collaboration with hospitality and transportation firms. They offer budget and leisure package throughout Malaysia. Budget costs are expected to revise Malaysia and transport sector as well as hospitality sector. In fact, hospitality firms offering budget concept products such as conference and wedding within standard operating procedure have the potential to regain customer confidence. In conclusion, with the cooperation of the government, tourism industry activists and the community.